Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell, so anytime any new content is uploaded, you will be the first to know about it. You're going to be a member of the community, subscribed. You're not going to miss a video. Your comments, your likes count, they matter. I want to hear from you guys. Make sure you guys leave lots of comments below. But with this video, I specifically felt, you guys got to ignore the noise in the background there. It's like, maybe I should turn off the dishwasher. I don't know. Anywho, you guys, I have been seeing a lot of, I guess the title itself is very trendy, right? So I don't knock it. And I do think that, at the end of the day, if someone's able to pull anything positive out of, different videos and things like that, that is what matters. Okay, that's what counts. But I've been seeing a lot of videos. I've been seeing a whole lot of videos that actually have this title of like disappear and reemerge and shock them all, like type of like deal. And I just feel like at the end of the day, like I say, I feel like probably more than likely, most of those videos do have like really positive, like, nuggets of wisdom that people are able to pull from and like maybe really make some very positive changes. I just think that, and I understand like the wording, right, is probably very trendy. But at the end of the day, those videos probably have like some real like facts, okay, in them. It's just, I'm just saying that the title itself, if a title of disappearing and coming back and shocking them all was a motivator for you to start a glow up journey, to start a weight loss journey, to start a financial independence journey, a career, like if that is your motivation, I just do not see that as being sustainable. And everybody has, something that triggers them, right? That awakens them where they say, I need to make some changes, right? Or, like this is not right. They have that moment of like, this ain't it type of moment, right? And you need to make changes. That is more sustainable than, oh, I was mistreated, or I was ignored, or I was talked down to, or by so-and-so, oh, I'm gonna make some changes. And when they see me, that is less, believe it or not, you just realizing like, man, like this is not where I want to be, or I know I could do a lot better than this, or, the change starts today. That is way more sustainable than the opposite, which is a reaction or get back or whatever from other people by becoming like this more elevated version of yourself, okay? Because let's just say you do all of that, and this happens too, and I'm not trying to be funny, you guys, but this happens too. Sometimes people will see positive changes in you and they may not compliment you, right? They may not compliment you. They might try to, on purpose, act like they don't notice, they don't see everything, may not. So then what? So you made all these changes, you upgraded this, or you changed out that, or you whatever. You took that job, or you lost that weight, or you whatever. And then the reactions you thought you were gonna get is crickets, right? And that would just really suck, you guys. That would just really suck. Or, you're looking great, you're feeling great, but you're just really still miserable because you didn't do the internal work. If what compelled someone to click on a video was the idea of getting a reaction from someone else, it's not the right way to start a glow up journey, if that makes sense, okay? And if you guys want to call it glow up journey, that's cool too. I think of it as just a journey to your higher self, right? Every day we're trying to become our own 2.0 version. We're all working toward, that one that's inside of us, right? That we just know is, way more capable than what we may currently be like reaching certain goals, right? So my idea of like a glow up journey is just basically you working toward reaching that a little bit more every day. Okay, until one day we just wake up and we are either him or her, right? We wake up and we are that person. Okay. However, like I say, if your motivation at any point is to receive a reaction from someone, okay, even if it's a positive reaction, right? Even if it's a like, oh wow, you know, you really changed, and you know, thumbs up, or oh wow, you look great, or wow, like that, of course, to me is just the result of you doing the work, right? That is the result of you doing first the mental work, because before anything is displayed in our physical, first it happens mentally, right? We start making changes. Then our habits that impacts the way we think, impacts our habits, how we take care of ourselves, different choices that we make that eventually result in probably a new look, right? We look differently, but the change started mentally, and that reflected in our daily habits, and you know, how we treat ourselves, how we treat others, how, you know, all of that, until we have evolved into this like 2.0 version of ourselves. But if what's keeping you motivated, right, is reactions from other people, is what's keeping you motivated is the number of likes you get on a video or a photograph on Instagram or whatever, on you know, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. If that is your motivation, I just do not see that as being sustainable. It just isn't, because it's kind of like that build up on a roller coaster, right? We're building up to it, and then what happens? We reach that peak, right? We've seen over the mountaintop, we've seen it, okay? And then it's, you know, like, you know, maybe a few more ups, and, you know, but it's just like, to me, you doing that, it just doesn't make sense, right? It's not effective. It's the wrong approach, it's the wrong mentality. To me, that is stepping into a glow up journey with just the wrong mentality, right? We're just not where we should be, right? And we all have those moments, right, where we know we're capable, or, you know, we could do a lot better than what we're currently doing, or just whatever the case is. And maybe people do react to that, kind of like, oh, whatever. And of course, obviously, you're just human. It's going to feel great to have, you know, an opposite reaction from them to see the change that maybe you always knew you were capable of producing, or just whatever. Like, yeah, I get it, but you know, the moment that you make those changes, and this was something pretty big, right? This was actually something that I heard from Haley Gamba. Shouts out to her channel. Lots of wisdom. And I don't know if she did this video. It may have been like the beginning of last year or the year before. It could have been the end of the year. I have no idea, but I think she did the video a little while ago. But it just really resonated. It made so much sense. Like, if, and this could be, you know, either way, right? Let's just say you're necessarily not even making changes, right? But you are trying to make sure you're doing everything right? You're doing what's expected of you. You are, or you may be making changes, right? Making changes that, you know, you feel are like super positive changes that you expect to get this thumbs up, pat on the head for, because you made those changes, or you followed suit, you took, you know, whoever's advice, you did what you were supposed to do. Okay, at the end of the day, okay, so you're doing all these things, you're making all these changes, or you're actually making yourself uncomfortable doing these different things for this 5-second reaction from whoever, for them to say, oh, great job, thumbs up, that's great. And then at the end of the day, they're back off to their own lives, because their lives matter too. You know what I mean? Like, if you're really doing things, really, you know, living your life in a sense for other people, whether you're, you know, on a glow up journey for other people's reaction, or you are trying to, you know, whatever, follow suit, do everything that's expected, you know, walk in a straight line for other people, at the end of the day, okay, maybe you do get the pat on the head, or you do get the, oh, great job, that's good, you know, it's good you did that. And then people are back off to their own lives, because their lives matter to them, okay, just like your life should matter to you. So I'm just saying all that to say that, okay, and the internal work has nothing to do with other people, and that's not even in like a selfish sort of way, but it's more of a mindful self-love, you know, what do I need, what, you know, type of mentality, okay? Putting yourself first, okay? Not the reactions of other people, okay? You're making changes, you're glowing up, you're reaching the more elevated, higher version of yourself for you, because you know that you need to make those changes and you want it to be sustainable, not for the reaction of, you know, whoever, of John, Jack, Sue, Sat. Like, we're not doing that for other people, okay? For the boss, for, you know, whatever, the ex that dumped us, or for, like, we're just not doing that stuff. We're not doing it, okay? The purpose is for us to reach our more elevated 2.0, 3.0 versions of ourself, okay? First, we're doing the internal. Well, first we all have our awakening, right? Everybody's awakening is going to be a little bit different, right? Maybe for one, it might be just tired of being in the same cycle of, you know, toxic relationships. Maybe another might be, you know, an unfulfilling job, and you know you're way more like capable than what you're actually achieving, or you're underpaid, right? Or another may be just, you know, not being happy with your physical, you know, whatever that is, whether it's weight loss. Sorry, you guys, we're gonna let that pass. Anyway, for someone else, it may be, you know, maybe you're not happy with your physical, right? Maybe you want to grow your hair out or lose weight or whatever. Like, we all have those moments that trigger us, that trigger that awakening, right? And then from there, we're all on our own journey, okay? But the last thing that we want to do is look to, you know, get to that goal post and wait, because we think that, you know, it's going to be people cheering and or reactions that we're just so excited we can't wait to receive, because that could really suck if you do not receive those reactions, or you do, but you realize it's like, okay, woo, okay, and then people go home. Okay, so yay. And then you're left with yourself, you're left with the results, you're left with your ability to continue on that journey, okay? Now you don't have that motivation because you already got that reaction, so now what? Or let's just say you didn't get that reaction, which would suck even more, okay? Because that just doubly sucked, but that happens too, where sometimes people don't give you the reaction that you expect, right? Sometimes it's withheld on purpose. Sometimes people can see, you know, that you are shining, you're glowing, and they will purposely ignore it or purposely act like they don't see it, just to like not give you your kudos, okay? So if your goal was to glow up and to look better, for this reaction to shock them all, that would really suck, okay? So again, like I said, we're not doing this for other people. We're doing this for ourselves to reach our more higher elevated self. We're working toward that every day, okay? We're putting in the work, the mental work first, the mental work that we, you know, maybe we're speaking positive affirmations, we're listening to more, we're more conscious of what we're taking in, right? What we're speaking, what we're saying, visualizing ourselves, and then we're putting in the work bit, right? You know, you know, it doesn't, you do have to give the universe something to work with, right? Aside from the visualizations and things like that, you do have to put in some effort. Now, you don't have to put in a ton, believe it or not, you really don't. But you do have to put in some effort toward that, and then everything else kind of opens itself up, you know, toward those different like manifestations, those different goals that you're working toward. But I'm just, you know, like I said, I felt a little compelled to make this video. But now, if that works for you, and if that works for you, that's your motivation to get people, they really, people snapping it, you know, if that really, you know, to me, it just seems more superficial. It seems like even if your outer appearance, or let's say you took that job, right? You took that job, or your outer appearance has changed. If you haven't done the internal work and it was just superficially done for a superficial reaction, then you're just a shell, basically, you know, and or, you know, you're just looking around like, what happened? I thought this and that was going to happen once I reach this. Why? You know, and sometimes people that are very wealthy also have that reaction too, right? People think that, oh, well, you know, once I have this car to drive, or once I live in this neighborhood, or once I have that, or I have this girlfriend or that husband, or, you know, whatever, then everything is all, you know, at the end of the day, you got to deal with yourself. So whatever internal work that you need to do, you may as well do that now. And do not have the thought of shocking them all, disappearing. If you need to disappear, then you need to disappear because you need to work. You might need to go into like a, self-isolation time, especially if you're surrounded by a lot of different like toxic, like friends, habits, people. You know, and then that might be to an extent, right? You may be in a toxic work environment. You may have to be around certain people, but to, you know, as much as you're able to, you might need to actually self-isolate, right? And hopefully while you're in isolation, you're really reflecting, you're really working on yourself, and, you know, you're choosing to make different decisions, create different habits, different routines. And in that, eventually, people can't help but to notice that you have changed, right? But that should be the last thought on your mind. You shouldn't even actually, to be perfectly honest, you shouldn't even care. You really should not even care whether people notice the change in you or they don't. Like, it really shouldn't. You should really actually, honestly, be indifferent. When you're really like working on yourself, you really should be indifferent whether or not people are like wowed by your change or not, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. I hope that it reached the viewers that needed to really like watch it. I hope that, you know, the messages were taken, were understood, were appreciated. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up and leave lots of comments down below, you guys. I really do care about what you guys think, but more so in that I feel like we're all on this journey together, right? We might have a different goal post, right? All of us, we more than likely have different goal posts that we're trying to reach, but we're all on this journey together. We're here to support each other, right? And to gain insight, to share insight. Maybe your comment might actually be helpful to someone else, right? So leave lots of comments down below, you guys, and it's always a pleasure. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.